Hey there. So, every single time you go online, you're plugging into this massive, invisible system. It's kind of wild when you think about it. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how cybersecurity works to protect your every single click.
Seriously, have you ever just stopped to wonder how this whole thing you're watching travels all the way across the world to land right on your screen? You click the link, and poof, in less than a second, this content journeyed from a server somewhere out there through this crazy web of connections, and bam, it's right here in front of you. How on earth does that actually work?
Okay, the easiest way to wrap your head around this is to imagine the entire internet as a gigantic global postal service. But instead of letters and boxes, it's sending these tiny, tiny digital packages of data. And yeah, the content you're watching right now, it's one of those packages.
All right, so if we're going to figure out how to protect these digital packages, we first have to understand the delivery system itself, right? Let's take a look at how the mail actually gets delivered.
So the entire system, the whole shebang, is built on what we call networks. Now, a network in its simplest form is just a bunch of connected computers. But when you connect pretty much all the world's networks together, that's what we call the internet. Just imagine linking every single post office, every delivery truck, and every single mail route on the entire planet into one enormous interconnected system.
Okay, so just like a real-world package, every single bit of data needs a crystal clear address. Otherwise, how would it ever find its way through this massive, massive system? You know, on the internet, we basically got two kinds of addresses. On one side, you've got the IP address. This is that long string of numbers. Think of it as the super precise technical GPS coordinate for any location online. It's perfect for computers, but for us humans, yeah, not so much. Then, on the other side, you've got the domain name, something friendly like google.com. That's the easy-to-remember name we stick on top of that numeric address. It's literally like saving your friend's phone number under their name. You're not going to remember the number, but you'll remember the name.
So, how in the world does your browser know that when you type google.com, what you really mean is 142.250.191.78? Well, that's where the magic of the DNS comes in, the domain name system. Think of it as the internet's giant universal address book. When you type in a website, the DNS instantly looks it up and tells the network the actual number, the real IP address, where that digital package needs to be sent.
Okay, so this whole system is, well, it's a marvel of engineering. It's incredibly efficient. But, and this is a big but, it is not without its dangers. Just like our real-world postal service, there are definitely people out there who want to intercept, steal, or just plain destroy the packages being sent across the network.
We're really talking about a few major types of threats here. First up, you've got malware. That's nasty software like viruses or spyware that can sneak in and corrupt your data. Then there are phishing scams. These are so clever. They're designed to trick you into sending your private information to the wrong address, basically handing over your passwords or credit card info. And of course, you've got hackers, people who are actively trying to snatch your data right out of the air while it's traveling, hoping to sell it or use it to steal your identity. When you think about it, these digital threats are really just the modern-day version of highway robbers, or spies trying to read your private letters, or even those con artists who send fake mail to try and steal your identity. No matter the method, the goal is always the same: get a hold of your information.
So yeah, that all sounds a little scary, right? But here is the really good news. We are not helpless here, not at all. We have an entire arsenal of powerful tools and principles to protect our digital mail. You can think of it as our cybersecurity armor. You know, at the very core of almost every cybersecurity strategy, there's this simple but incredibly powerful framework. The whole goal is to protect three key things, and we call it the CIA triad. Okay, first up in the triad is C for confidentiality. And this is super simple. It's just the promise of privacy. It's about making sure your digital package is for the recipient's eyes only, and nobody else's. It's the sealed envelope that guarantees no one is reading your mail along the way.
Next up, we have I for integrity. See, it's not enough for a message to just be private. We also have to be 100% sure it hasn't been messed with. Integrity ensures that the package that arrives is the exact same one that was sent, with zero tampering. It's like that unbroken wax seal on an old royal decree, proof that it's legit.
And the final piece of the puzzle, the A, is for availability. Because, let's be real, what good are confidentiality and integrity if the whole postal service is shut down? Availability is what guarantees that the system is up and running, so your package can actually be sent and delivered right when you need it to be.
So you might be wondering, how do we actually enforce this CIA triad? Well, one of our first lines of defense is something called a firewall. The best way to think about it is like a security checkpoint for your network. It literally inspects all the incoming and outgoing packages and just blocks anything that looks suspicious or downright dangerous.
Okay, but what about the packages that do pass that security check? For our really important, sensitive data, we use something called encryption. Now, this is the ultimate tool for confidentiality. It's basically like writing your message in a top-secret code. Even if a spy manages to grab your package mid-journey, all they're going to see is a bunch of scrambled nonsense. Only the person it's meant for has the special key to unscramble it back into something they can actually read.
Now, all these big system-level protections like firewalls and encryption are absolutely fantastic, but they are only half the story. The truth is, security is a shared responsibility, and that means you, as the person sending the mail, play a really critical role.
And it's not complicated. Here are 3 simple, but incredibly powerful things you can do right now. First, build a stronger lock for your digital mailbox. That just means using complex, unique passwords. Step 2, add a second key. This is as simple as turning on two-factor authentication, or 2FA, whenever you can. It just means a thief needs more than just your password to get in. And finally, step 3, just like in the real world, don't open strange mail. Be super cautious with suspicious emails and weird links, because that is exactly how the phishing con artists get you.
So, as we wrap this up, I want you to remember this. Every single day, you send and receive countless digital packages that, together, make up your digital life. Now, the system has its guards, its checkpoints, and its secret codes to help protect them. But that journey, it always starts with you. Your digital life is a journey, so the question is, are you packed securely?